Lamine Yamal steps into McDonald's, looks left, sees Pulisic, looks right, sees Jimenez. Gives a nod to Ronaldinho in the corner with a FIFA World Cup meal. Ronaldinho sees Son in the booth. Son finds Beckham going for extra Big Mac sauce. He's got Davies at the table just behind him. Davies going for his collectible cup. But a steal by Henry, who pulls his own collectible cup. Collect one of 9 legendary cups with a FIFA World Cup meal.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last. All rights reserved. 2026 McDonald's at FIFA World Cup 2026.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video July 1st.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Spin Shuffle Skip on the There Can Only Be One podcast channel. Now, dear listeners, today we're going to be talking about an album that I can't believe we, together, Lyle and I, sat down and listened to. Big songs for you. Seeking Major Tom by the one, the only, Captain Kirk himself, TJ Hooker, William Shatner. Lyle Robichaud's back. Lyle, how you doing, man?
Jason, it's always so good to go through these albums with you. Yeah, I think everyone's already sick of it. And if you're sick of it, imagine how sick we got of listening to there's like 15 to 20 tracks on this album, Seeking Major Tom, which is basically William Shatner wants to do space songs. We did a couple weeks back, Pat Boone in a metal mood. Well, this is William Shatner in a spacey mood. And it's just hilarious. Like, that's the whole I pitched this one. I'll take the brunt of it. For everyone who sits and listens to this after we're done, I wanted to do this because I think this is hilarious.
I mean, I know I said, a couple of episodes back when we were talking about Our Lady Peace on one of those soundtrack episodes, you want to kind of, as a Canadian, you want to kind of hold on to those Canadian artists and kind of keep them for yourselves.
No, they can keep him.
No, they can keep William Shatner.
They can keep Willie Boy. He's a great ambassador for Canada on the regular, I think. But he has weird or what. He does a lot of cool TV stuff, but musically, we're not going to be recording him singing the national anthem anytime soon.
I mean, let's be honest. William Shatner, of course, is absolutely in his why the F not part of his career.
Oh yeah, he's on side quest mode 1,000%. He's just out there. He's Captain Kirk. He doesn't have to do another thing in his life and hasn't for a very long time. So,
but I mean, to top this off, and just a little background on this album, it was released October 11th, 2011. It hit number 1 on the Billboard Heat Seekers charts and number 147 on the Canadian album charts. But I mean, this came out in 2011, years before, at least a decade before William Shatner actually went to space.
Eat your heart out, Katy Perry. Our guy was up there first.
Okay, a William Shatner album or a Katy Perry album. You have to listen to one or you die. Which one do you listen to?
You know what? William Shatner has more of a chance of winning that than you might think. That's the funny part about it.
All right, so just to give you an idea. So these are mostly cover songs. There are some originals on here, but the covers include covers of songs by Peter Schilling, David Bowie, U2, the Steve Miller Band, Deep Purple, Elton John, Thomas Dolby, The Police, Queen, Hawkwind, The Tea Party, because, got to represent Canada, Pink Floyd, The Byrds, Golden Earring, Black Sabbath, and Duran Duran. And I never thought I would say Black Sabbath and Duran Duran back to back together, but here we are. But also the list of people appearing on this album as a performer is ridiculous. Sheryl Crow, Richie Blackmore, Alan Parsons, Peter Frampton, freaking Zach Wilde, Mike Inez, Chris Adler, Steve Howe, Michael Schenker, Brad Paisley, Bootsy freaking Collins, Carmine Appice, and Ian Pace. Like, it is a who's who behind the scenes on this.
It's a who's who of who needed the money that week.
Well, I don't think Zach Wilde needed the money, but I also think Zach Wilde kind of enjoys some of these projects, because why the heck not?
Why the hell not? He's on side quest mode too.
All right. So now that we have gone through, by the way, if you're going to listen to this album, dear listeners, it's 90 freaking minutes long. So strap in and put your spice diaper on, because you're going to be there for a while.
It is.
All right, Lyle, your spin pick from Seeking Major Tom by William freaking Shatner.
This, my spin pick, first of all, there's nothing second place. It is it's Space Cowboy, and I'm going to tell you why. If you read the lyrics of this song, this reads out like a coke-fueled Macho Man Randy Savage promo from like 1986. I'm going to read you a passage from Space Cowboy from the book of Will Shatner. Here.
Okay, but you also have to do it now in the Randy Macho Man Savage.
I'm a space cowboy. Bet you weren't ready for that. I'm a space cowboy. You know I know where it's at. Yeah. I was born on this rock, and I've been traveling through space since the moment I first realized all you fast cats could be doing what I could. You know I'm ready for the final surprise. It sounds like when Macho Man Randy Savage teamed up with the Ultimate Warrior, and they were just complete nonsense promos. Like, it didn't make any sense. I love this song. It doesn't make any sense. He's just spewing complete lunacy. And sounds like a Randy Savage cover. This is what we need. We need William Shatner to cover Randy Savage's rap album.
One of these
That's
days,
where we're at.
One of these days, I want William Shatner to take wrestling promo scripts and do dramatic rereadings of them.
I need William Shatner doing Steiner math. I really do. But no, my spin is Space Cowboy, because it's perfection. If you're into this like I am for the laughs and you think this is funny, this is the peak doing it for the bit. Like, this is max lunacy. It's amazing. It's Space Cowboy.
But I mean, let's talk about this song, because it's also my spin pick as well. It is absolutely the most fun song on this.
It's such nonsense.
But I mean, you also have Steve Miller himself and Brad Paisley in tow behind this. And Brad Paisley is no slouch whatsoever on guitar.
Brad Paisley is very quietly probably one of the top 50 individuals on the planet that can play that instrument in his category. Like, I know he's country, and a lot of people don't give country musicians their shake when it comes to like guitar wizardry. But you look at people like Buck Owens, for God's sakes, was a country artist first, and he's like one of the, guitar virtuosos of the time. Keith Urban also is really good, but Brad Paisley, I would say, is probably one of the best country music guitar players on the planet. So to have him on this album is crazy.
I mean, I don't even think you have to qualify it as just country artists. Like, he's a great guitar player. Fender Guitars put together this thing a couple of years ago, and they gathered some of the best guitarists out there to showcase these Game of Thrones custom guitars. And they had the showrunner and the score composer from Game of Thrones there. But some of the guitarists that were invited were Scott Ian from Anthrax, Tom Morello for Rage Against the Machine, Nuno Bettencourt from Extreme, and of course Rihanna's touring guitarist, and Brad Paisley.
Deserves it.
And they did the Game of Thrones theme song on 6 guitars, and it was phenomenal. That video is out on YouTube. Just look up Fender Guitars Game of Thrones and you're welcome. But I mean, this is just a fun funk version of this song as well.
Yeah. It's all over the place. I love it so much.
I also kind of like that, there's not the cop out, right? They didn't take the Joker, which would have been an easy pick for Shatner.
Yeah, it would have been a really easy pick.
And I think
correct, because it almost kind of works for his singing style as well.
Yeah. But I think that would have come off more as a joke, where this one, Shatner himself actually sounds like he's having fun with this one.
He sounds like he's having fun on this whole album, which is why, like, I can still get with it even after like almost an hour of it, because you're like, this guy's having such a great time.
Yeah. All right. So since both our spin picks are gone with Space Cowboy, I'm maybe cheating on this one a little bit because my shuffle is Mrs. Major Tom. Now, this is not William Shatner actually singing on this one. It's Sheryl Crow. And it's actually an original song for this album.
Yeah, I kind of realized that halfway through. I was like, I've never heard this before. She just wrote this for some reason.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like I'm cheating though, because it's not a William Shatner song. So I have a backup.
It's on the album though.
Yeah. I have a backup shuffle pick. But I'm curious what your shuffle is. I'm curious what your shuffle is first.
Mine is Spirit in the Sky.
Okay.
The reason being is because I love how he is sticking to his William Shatner. I'm going up to the spirit in the sky. But the background singers are like, Spirit in the Sky, and keeping like the ethereal feel of the original, but he's just straight facing. I love that. So that Spirit in the Sky is my shuffle.
I'm not going to lie. I would have loved to have just been a fly on the wall during the recording sessions of these albums.
Me too. Me too.
You know, I wonder if they were like recording at the same time, or if they just like laid down the groundwork and then just let William Shatner.
God, I hope they were doing it at the same time. I really hope they were recording at the same time.
Okay, so I wanted to just double check what your shuffle pick was, just because if it was mine, then I wouldn't have to talk about it. But I am going to give a little bit of credit to his cover of Learning to Fly, the Pink Floyd cover. This is one of those ones where I think of every Pink Floyd song that's out there, I think this is the one that kind of lended itself to what Shatner can do vocally for this. And It doesn't stray too far from the original. It's fairly faithful to the Pink Floyd track, because this is one of the ones with David Gilmour on lead vocals after Roger Waters is out of Pink Floyd. So my first shuffle pick is Mrs. Major Tom from, sung by Sheryl Crow. It's a nice breather too. Like after a while, you're done with Shatner. Don't worry, Sheryl Crow's going to save you for about 4 minutes, and then you're back to the Shat.
Yeah. Almost like a little come up for air, back down.
All right. So now back over to you for your skip pick.
My skip, unfortunately, even though Zakk Wylde was involved, it's Iron Man. Listening to it now, it feels like a bit of an insult to Ozzy. So I felt it felt wrong in a couple of ways. I was like, this feels almost like tarnish now. Even though Zakk was involved, it's just like, nah, we can't. The religious texts cannot be abused in such a way.
I mean, I know Ozzy's no longer with us, but can you imagine just a dialogue between William Shatner and Ozzy Osbourne and record
Ozzy
that
probably
as a
would have
podcast?
thought this was hilarious.
Yeah.
He probably would have thought this was very funny.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like Ozzy never really took himself too seriously. The right amount of self-deprecation. And really, Ozzy was at that point too, where he was like, yeah, okay, it's cool.
Go nuts. Yeah. But for me, it's like, it felt wrong. So Iron Man is my skip.
All right. I'm going with one that I had hoped for. Because when I looked at the track listing on here, I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. Okay, this I can see is going to be a little bit fun and funny kind of thing. Because you're not going into this album for super seriousness.
No.
So when I saw that there was a cover of Thomas Dolby's She Blinded Me with Science, I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect. But not even Bootsy Collins can save this one. Like, I expected cheese.
That's saying a lot.
But I mean, this feels like something that Bobby the Brain Heenan would have done on a Piledriver album from the WWF in the 80s.
Yeah. Like this is just a complete madhouse of like weird it almost feels like a concept album, but it's all covers. Like it's so strange.
Yeah. I wanted this to be fun. I wanted this track to be just ooey gooey cheesiness, and it wasn't. Like, I feel like I should be apologizing to Vince McMahon for all the things we said during the Piledriver episodes.
I don't think anyone's going to apologize to Vince McMahon for anything at this point.
But this is up there. This is that level of cheese.
It is. It's very much like a lot of this stuff is though, and like William Shatner, a lot of the stuff he does can be categorized as like massive cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And it's people like it. Like it works. He's had a career that's lasted this long because people like this kind of stuff. And some of these songs, it hits 1,000% because it leans into the skit a bit. This is not one of them, and Iron Man's not one of them either.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say that my skip pick was every time they went back to Space Oddity after a song just for some random reason.
I think it's because he just loves space so much. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's because he was Captain Kirk, obviously. Like, there is some part of this where it's just like, they will love my space album because I played television's Captain James T. Kirk in the motion picture show Star Trek.
This feels like one of those contests where it's like, draw a picture that shows us why you should go to space. And instead of drawing a picture, William Shatner made an album. And then he eventually won the contest and got to go to space.
And then he got to go to space, exactly. And he walked so Katy Perry could run.
Or at least float, because, they're zero G.
Float. Yeah.
All right, Lyle, let's remind our listeners what our spin, shuffle, and skip picks are from Seeking Major Tom by William Shatner.
My spin was Space Cowboy because it's just insane. My shuffle is Spirit in the Sky. And my skip was Iron Man, R.I.P. Ozzy.
All right, my spin is also Space Cowboy. My shuffle is Mrs. Major Tom, as sung by Sheryl Crow. But if I have to pick a Shatner track, I would pick Learning to Fly. It's cover of the Pink Floyd song. And my skip is She Blinded Me with Science. But I wanted to like it, and I just couldn't. Lyle, thank you so much for this. Now, let our listeners know where they can hear you out there in the podcast sphere.
You can find me on YouTube on a show called Sabotage Everything, contributing to the scene. It's on North Pro Wrestling's YouTube page. Me, Justin Newhook, and Matt Connors take apart everything pro wrestling and pop culture. So tune in, have a listen.
All right, dude, thanks so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, well, you guys know the drill. If there's an album that you want us to cover on Spin, Shuffle, Skip, or an artist that you want us to cover on There Can Only Be One, hit us up on social media at OnlyOneCast or go to our website, notthatbadcast.com. And you want to stay tuned to us because we got something new. It's cooking in the background and it's almost ready to be served up, but we'll let you know a little closer to the time. Until next time, he's Lyle, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Spin, Shuffle, Skip on the There Could Only Be One podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.